In the first 3 uploads, the skill that we were working on was loading up our outside hip and springing off laterally. Loading up the hip, maybe breaking into a side shuffle. Now, what we're going to work on, loading up the outside hip, decelerating our momentum, and opening our hips up to go into a sprint. We plant the outside hip, we turn it open. The power comes from the loaded hip. We need to be able to transfer rotational force through our torso to create a momentum up through our body so we can run. Learning this begins in the weight room. We're going to begin with a kettlebell press, and then we're going to learn how to use the kettlebell press to teach us how to transfer rotational forces from our hips. This is the rack position. Elbow, tricep, resting against the ribs, almost like a defensive stance for a boxer. The thumb aims towards the collarbone. The weight of the kettlebell, which is in the ball, is resting on my bicep. Nice stable legs. Pull your quadriceps up. Good tension in your belly. To execute a press, fire the kettlebell up towards the ceiling. In this position, you allow the weight of the kettlebell to settle down through your arm and settle into your shoulder blade, dropping it down. That creates space between your ear and your shoulder. As you press, the kettlebell settles the shoulder blade down your back. You push your chest forward, back to the rack position. You're ready to switch sides? Switch, press. This is your preliminary exercise. Master your press before you try to get rotational work in. When you're ready to try your rotational work, get a nice shoulder width stance. You're going to rotate your hips. The hip opposite of the kettlebell is rotating internally, turning you to the same side as the kettlebell. You're going to push off the opposite hip, rotating, transferring force through your torso. Twist. It's all from this hip. Twist. We're using the press to teach force transfer. Push off the loaded hip, rotate. That rotational force transfers through the torso and out through the arm. Back. Once you get to this stage, work 3 to 5 repetitions, 5 to 10, or 3 to 5 sets of 5 to 10 repetitions. Before you progress, make sure that you've mastered rotating and transferring that force. A safety note here, to keep your knees safe, keep your quadriceps pulled up, keep your inner thighs pulled up. Tension in these muscles will limit excessive rotation in the knee joint. So you notice when I rotated, my knee didn't buckle. My knee was locked and transferred force. My leg is one unit right now, transferring force from the ground up through the hip. Keep your knees tight. Okay? Give it a try.